Yeah, I recently came across this guy, Thomas Sewell. I thought the craziest, Nazi guy was our very own Angelo John Gage here in the U.S., here in New Jersey. I thought, nobody could get more psycho than this guy. And while I think Angelo is probably definitely more mentally psychotic, this guy's definitely more dedicated to the cause. For example, they did a TV segment on him in Australia. This is him right here. I guess this is his most dedicated assistant. So that's why their faces aren't blotted out. But I don't know, I find this entertaining. Some people get really scared by these guys, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be a concern. They're kind of unfriendly neighbors in a community. But yeah, they did a segment in Australia. They're in Melbourne, which I guess is about the size of Sydney. I don't know much about Australia. But so he goes to try to get on the air, ends up getting in a scuffle with the security guard and punches the security guard out and gets arrested. How I just can't comprehend how these guys put themselves in this situation. But again, it's the old approach of starting a confrontation, and then when somebody responds, playing the victim, which is exactly what these guys do for everything. But I think a lot of people are scared of these people, and they don't understand their rationale behind National Socialism, which I just thought was really interesting to learn about. This is Telegram, by the way, because they would get instantly banned on YouTube or Twitter for this type of in the open, whatever they say here. I hope I don't get banned for showing this. It's mostly just text and pictures, so hopefully, whatever algorithm won't pick it up. But yeah, they have a whole plan to take over Australia and make it white Australia. But I think people's reaction, these guys they don't have very much power, to say the obvious, but they utilize whatever attention they can get. So I think and he openly says this, right? He tries to generate outrage to get media attention to win other disaffected people to his cause and just go from there. But I think if people learn about these guys from a young age, don't freak out. That's exactly what the Islamic extremists want. They promote violence. They want people scared. They want to provoke a response because that will win new followers to their cause. I mean, if you look at what the U.S. did after 9/11, obviously Al-Qaeda was very capable. They brought down the towers and some other embassies. But when we went into Iraq and Afghanistan, just like when we went into Vietnam, we earned a lot of new enemies. So I'm not saying don't fight, but you should counter people smartly and don't play into their hands. So there's a couple people that operate out in the open like this. Like this guy. People are upset about this woman, Peralta, in Spain, because she's like a 18-year-old fascist leader who does the Hitler salute and talks about the Jews. It's like another entertaining individual. But this guy is super hardcore in his beliefs. He talks about recruiting guys. He talks about setting up cells, basically. Not like Al-Qaeda cells. They're not designed to perform any type of violence. At least they don't say that in any way. But it's to recruit people to their cause, to get visibility, to get attention. So this guy says he spent like $30,000 on gym equipment. Like, that's what's funny about these guys. They think lifting and flexing is their path to power. But they're just ignorant, and it's weakness masquerading as strength, right? Like, I don't like this society. I don't like non-white immigration. I don't like seeing Asians in my life. I don't like living in the same country as Jews and open homosexuals. So, the way to counter this is to form my own parallel society that doesn't accept this. Lift, get strong and intimidating and outrage people. Well, I think if people learn about them, maybe then maybe they can go in these groups and infiltrate. Some Jewish people can go in these groups, infiltrate, go to their meetings, and in the middle of one of the Hitler speeches, be like, guess what, Booby? I'm Jewish. No, I'm just joking. That's probably a really bad idea. You'll probably die. Or you could like bring some bagels. But I don't know if these guys could be de-radicalized at this point. But I think diffusing ticking time bombs is better than setting them off, if you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, this is Telegram. He tells this story, what he's trying to do, pretty out in the open, right? Like, he doesn't care if he gets arrested. When you have such little power in a society, even like the original Al Qaeda operatives, which actually started out of Egypt, that was al-Zakari, I believe. Like, they have no power; they're under a dictatorship. So they spread their message. They get locked up. It's a martyrdom. It actually helped them grow. Al Qaeda was actually on the complete outs because the revolutionary movement was basically crushed at one point. And that's when they started attacking the United States to provoke a reaction. And then based on that reaction, they were able to get a lot of recruits, a lot of money, a lot of power. So I think these guys are after something similar, right? Like, provoke people, get a response, play the victim. Oh, white people are under attack, we're being genocided. That's how you win over converts. So I think a better approach, instead of being outraged and cracking down really hard, is just to learn about these guys, educate who they are, expound upon their crazy ideas, so people know about it, and the stupid among us our vulnerable youth don't actually take these ideas to heart. Get to them before this guy's. I kind of like this video. Nice little swatch.
So basically, that's really what I want to say about that. And the most white-pilling thing about all of this government persecution, no matter what country you're in, is they're fucking scared. It's so obvious. These Jews, they're fucking scared of us. And that's a great thing, because that just goes to show they realise they don't have this thing in the bag yet, and that we can turn it around. And I am so confident that in the future, we're going to turn this around. I really do believe that. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe that. And yeah, these fucking Jews, they're scared. And you know what? They fucking should be.
So you can see how this is how they try to get some type of legitimacy, by provoking a reaction and saying, "Oh, they're scared." Like, how easy is it to scare people? I could scare any group of people by talking about what bad things I want to do to them, especially some marginalized community. It's super, like, to be a terrorist is easy. You go rent a truck and drive it into a group of people. Like, it would be easy. It's not really special or impressive to scare people. So I don't know. It's just interesting to understand these guys' MO. But he's my new favorite crazy ass Nazi, more so than Angelo John Gage. Because Angelo John Gage is just a bitch that whines a lot. And while this guy whines too, he, I don't know. He's like a hardcore Al Qaeda operative. So slightly more interesting. But yeah, I don't know. People should do something other than freak out and throw their hands in the air. Maybe get this guy an Asian girlfriend, or crack him. Be like, look, non-white people, they're not so bad. You shouldn't be so scared. Some of them are actually pretty nice. You get one as a neighbor, you get a friend, and they make you some of their ethnic cuisine, and you go over their house, watch sports, and have some of it. It's not so bad. Nothing to be afraid of, white man. Anyway, yeah, you should go follow these guys and infiltrate their group. That's what I think.